Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Brown Dust 2 video. Alright, so we got a new patch nerds going on right now. If you guys are not aware, let's bring it up. So this particular week, who are we going to have? And hopefully I'll give you guys a better idea on who to pull, who I think is better. So again, January 15 is going to be the maintenance. Alright, that's going to be very interesting, so keep that in mind. So we're gonna have the Onsen training that is going to be happening this week, a legendary graduate update. So we're gonna have Ventana, Blade is an NPC, and then there's one more new character, Liberta I think is her name, right? But she will come apparently later. So here's the thing that you need to know about the characters, right? So there's gonna be I believe a special mini event as well, mini game. Alright, make sure you guys are aware of that. So that's gonna be something that you can try to play to get some rewards. Right now in Brown Dust 2, we also have this mini game. If you guys, haven't tried it out already, you guys should try to play it a little bit more, because you don't really get much, which is kind of a good thing. So you're not forced to play it or forced to grind it as much. But as you can see under the missions here, you are going to get two furnitures. All right, one is going to be game machine chair, and one more is going to be the Karta game machine. Now the rest of this is just for you to upgrade your characters, right, in this particular game, which is not 100% needed, but it is going to be pretty cool overall. So let's talk about the character. Alright, we're gonna have a bunch of new things happening. As you can see, Ventana, Alice I believe will come in the banner as well, Homunculus, H.LATHEL, and the Fallen Angelica. All are very strong characters. Highly recommend you guys to consider H.LATHEL. Alright, Homunculus H.LATHEL is still one of the best physical buffer in the game. Now, there is going to be a character later on. We could talk about that later on, right? But here's the thing about the user interface. They're going to change that you can see how many of these are free and paid and how many you have held in your bag. So you are able to tell the amount of things that you have, alright? Also, costume and gear holdings. The holdings will not be displayed. They are also going to show you in terms of the gears, whether you have own or not own, as you can see right here, right? Very interesting. Now guild announcement can be up to 500 characters long. Profanity is not allowed, of course, as per usual. AP usage improvement. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the characters. Where is it? Oh yeah. There's here. I think some people are asking about certain things, but illustrations for Livia and Magic Bow Elenia will be updated, and then some part of the skill cutscene for Deal Snatcher Luvencia will be updated. There will be changes to the update schedule. Some content will be extended by one more day, and the next maintenance will take place on January 30th. Alright, so make sure you guys are aware of that. So this is going to be the 3 characters involved. So Yumi's cutscene is going to be delayed a little bit. They are going to do that on February 12th. So that's going to be for the collab character, right? We'll see how that goes later. Okay, so Ventana Practitioner costume. So this is going to be her. Let's talk about Ventana. What is she capable of? What can she do? Now, as you can see, she's a 3 SP by default at +0. If the enemy is a taunted state or concentrated fire, increase the enemy's damage taken by light property attacks by 100% for 6 turns. So essentially what she does is she applies light property amplification to the enemy. So it can be good if you're trying to pair her with other light DPS. For example, we got Yuri, we got Sacred Justia, we also have Angelica, and a few others. But notably, it is going to be to buff the other characters, or it's just to buff her own costume as well if you have the other 2 costumes, right? But however, I don't think this is going to be that good if you only have this particular. I guess it does do a little bit of damage as well. Deal physical damage 300%. Which is not bad, but the problem is it is going to be a single tile. Alright, so you can see at +1 upgrade, it becomes 2 SP. Alright, which is still the same. At +2, it increases the damage to 390%. At +3, your light property amplification increased by 200% as opposed to 100%. So that's double. I would say the +3 is a very good upgrade, right? +4 is more damage, +5 is more damage. So yeah, +3 seems to be the decent stopping point, because right now you can see if you're trying to use her as a light damage amplifier, you are going to be able to get that. Let's see how the potential liberation. Physical damage 90%, physical damage 90%, increase light damage taken debuff by 4 turns. So she is able to increase the light damage debuff. Wait, he didn't really say. Oh, so currently it's 6 turns. So you can increase it by another 4 more turns, so it becomes 10 turns. So it is pretty interesting. Is it a good costume, right? If you're using her as a light damage amplifier. Ah man, I feel like it's a bit underwhelming though, to be honest. Now why is it underwhelming? Because the other character that we have as a magic, as an elemental amplifier is Ventana, right? We have Ventana recently. Now Ventana, Ventana. Oh my god, it's gonna be so confusing. Now let's talk about Ventana a little bit and just show you guys why I feel like it's a little bit underwhelming. So this particular costume, Wind Dancer Ventana, alright, as you can see, increase the enemy's damage taken by wind property attacks by 150% for 4 turns. Alright, number 1, she has more damage. Alright, not damage, she has more range. Yeah, she has more damage as well, right? Number 2 is she can also do damage at the same time. So it's quite similar. She is a 3 SP however, 3 turns. Alright, so I do have this potential liberation max. It is going to be for 2 SP and 7 turns. I guess the turns doesn't matter because it lasts for quite some time, right? But one thing that I don't really like is the condition to require the enemy to be in taunted state or concentrated fire. Now, that is going to require another character. Alright, it's going to require Zenith. It's going to require Rich Net. So I'm not a big fan of that in that sense. Whereas if you use Ventana right here, Wind Dancer Ventana, she doesn't require any other character. So she acts as an amplifier of her own. Now for Ventana, if you want to use an amplifier, you gotta use one more character, right? You gotta use Zenith preferably just to do more damage. And then at the same time, I guess Zenith is 0 SP, right? But some players might not have her. That's one thing. If you don't have her, you can use Richnet, which is a 3-star. One more thing is also, you are going to require, what is that? She's also 1 tile. So I'm guessing the amplification, in this case, the area only affects 1 small tile. So against boss, sure, I understand that the boss is going to be catered towards her, so the boss is going to have 1 weak spot in the middle, maybe. But against like a PvE scenario, let's say you want to use in Evil Castle, you want to use in anywhere else, campaign, the normal event stage or the hard event stage, whatever, Ventana is going to be better in that case, right? So just because of how much range she has, as you can see, right? She has like a 3x3 tile range. This is just like I think this range is also quite unique. I think it's unique to her. She has this very interesting range right now. I do think that Ventana is like way more broken, alright? But she is a wind amplifier. This is going to be a light amplifier. Maybe light characters, we do have more strong DPS for now. We'll see, alright? Angelica is probably going to be the one that I can think of. She got buffed recently and she is actually really strong right now. Also, let's see, what else do we have? We also have H.LATHEL. Alright, so very easy decision if you gotta pick between H.LATHEL and Ventana in this case. I feel like H.LATHEL is going to be the better character if you care about the meta. Oh, by the way, I forgot to show you guys. There's a new, let's show you guys the latest cutscene as well. As per usual, don't worry about the game. The game will not be censored, but you know, this one you gotta like censor a bit because it's on YouTube, right? Okay. Alright. Single target. Looks cool. I think they definitely buff her asset as well. Oh, Alice is getting a cutscene as well. Okay. Did she just step on me? Okay. So this is the default Alice, I think. Alright, it's cool that we have cutscene for her as well. Wow. Getting stepped on by lovely lady Alice. Okay, so we are getting a bunch of yeah, Liberta is going to be the one that I personally want to wait for and spend more on, because that's the one that's much more exciting. So we're going to be fighting Giant Cat Roo. Okay, so as you can see, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. That's going to be what's happening in terms of the character cutscene, and as per usual, very revealing. So let's compare with LATHEL. Now I know there's a lot of people that would not pull for dudes, but trust me when I say this, dudes aside, LATHEL is probably one of the better physical supporter in the game. You can see, if you go to +5, increase attack by 80%, increase attack by 50%, and of course it's further improved by the skill potential liberation, 30% here for each, right? So very strong. If you're looking for like a ton of attack percent buff, LATHEL is very good. And him being 1 SP as well is very strong in PvP if you're trying to use like a physical team, which can work. Alright, so as you can see right here, this is going to be 1 SP at +3, which I highly recommend. If you can go there, go for that one SP requirement. And then if you can go +5, yeah, definitely, right? Again, probably a better costume for new players who don't have him yet. He is the main character, so, you know, give LATHEL some love as well. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So, I am not sure if you want to go all in on LATHEL, because at the same time, Liberta, like I said, is coming probably next week or the week after. Now, Liberta is also going to be a physical attack buffer supporter as far as I know. So, will she be better than LATHEL? I doubt it, and I feel like you can still use both, or they could both be equal. But if you want to be safe, you can probably wait for Liberta to come out first before you pull for LATHEL. So that could be like an advice that I can give you as a free, if you are free to play, right? I'm not free to play, by the way. But if you're free to play, definitely consider waiting a little bit so you can make a better judgment between Liberta and LATHEL, who is going to be the better physical buffer in your team. Will Liberta be able to buff crit damage or crit rate? I doubt it, right? Because it's not there in the description. So we did check that out in the previous patch notes, or you can check that out as well. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this particular video. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like, and let me know what you guys think of Ventana. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.